there we go. This is my dinner today. So I didn't have much salad stuff, so I've just thrown together some, excuse me, plum tomatoes, pickled onions, cucumber, a tin of tuna, and some spicy mayo. So that is my lunch today. Obviously, I've got to syn the mayo. I will find out how many that is and let you know at the end of the video, because I have no idea at this moment in time. So we're popping over our friends for a little meal, and I said in my video that I was going to have or take my own little takeaway or fake away or whatever, but I found my book and we've discovered that I can have chicken and mushrooms for 8.5 syns, I think it was, and I think that's what I'm going to do. We have some alioli and bread, and I've just had one slice and that's all I'm going to have. So this is my meal. I've got chicken and mushrooms. I've got 1 tablespoon of crispy beef, 1 tablespoon of chicken, I think it was chili chicken, and basmati rice, plain boiled rice. There we are. This is how good I'm being. Strawberries on their own. All this Chinese. I'm not having that one. That is not mine, Tess. Look at her laughing. Yeah. It's not for me. Good morning. It is Saturday and this is my lovely breakfast this morning. I have just had my weigh day, which you will see later on. And this is what I've got for breakfast. It was meant to be an omelette, but when I started mixing it, I was like, oh, I'll just have scrambled eggs. So I've taken all the fat off my bacon. I've got mushrooms and then onion, my healthy extra cheese in my omelette, and tomatoes. Lunch was 1 slice of pizza, whatever salad was available, and then a lovely walk with my baby granddaughter afterwards. Out for a meal, and I swapped my chips for a lovely salad. I had steak which is grilled, and then the tomato, the mushrooms, and then there was a little potato. It was kind of like a jacket potato available as well. I did have the peppercorn sauce, and I will have to find out the syns.
For yourself.
And a little bit of birthday cake. But look, I'm being good. I only got a little one. See, I got a slither. So there we are. After our food, we have cheese and crackers, more cake, olives. It's lovely. Look at that. And then it doesn't. And fruit salad, which is what I'm going to have, with a little bit of ube cake. And there you go, my fruit salad with my ube cake. I have gone for a slither, but it is full of cream. So that is the last couple of days of food, and I thought it was easier just to put everything in one video because I was going to play catch up, but I thought, you know what, if I've decided that I've taken the leap and I'm going back to Slimming World, then it's pointless me showing you all the footage that I've done for my calorie counting. So that made total sense for me, even though it's been like a healthier mindset calorie counting for a little while. I decided last Sunday actually, so it's been a week that I decided I was going back, and then I think when I was sort of looking around for the groups, and I eventually got back into it on Thursday. So come Saturday was my first weigh-in, so I did Wednesday, oh my god, I don't even remember, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, so 3 days, and just to see obviously if it's something that I wanted to continue with. I've kind of decided that, you know what, it makes total sense for me, because like I said before, and I feel like at the moment something has clicked, but I think that you've got to be in the right mindset to want to lose the weight, regardless of what plan you're doing, what diet or whatever it is you've decided you're doing. You need to be in the right mindset to do it, and I don't think I have been, and I think it's got to the point now. This year I'm going to be 50, and I don't want to be, when I look back at photos, maybe I'll put some here in fact, when I look back at photos of when I lost the weight before, in my head, and I'm sure so many of you have been in this place, when I look back at the photos now, I think I want to be that size again. When I was actually there, I remember thinking that I was still bigger. And I don't know whether that's because I'm so used to being bigger, because I have been my whole adult life. I'm tall, so I know that I carry it, because people are always surprised when I tell them what my weight is. They're like, really? And they are surprised. Not that I go around telling people what my weight is, unless they ask me, obviously. But I think I carry it well. Well, I hope I carry it well. I mean, I'm bigger. There's no getting, beating around that bush, I know. But when I think it's kind of like a subconscious thing. You think, I don't know, whether it's because you're bigger and you get to being a bit smaller, you're just not used to it and you still see yourself as bigger. And it wasn't until I think I got down, I was 1 stone away from where I wanted to be the last time. And I don't want to be like down to 12 stone or anything like that. I wanted to be 14.5 stone, which is still very overweight. But I got down to 15.5 stone before, and I remember thinking that I was still big and I had a really long way to go. But when I look back at the photos now, I wish that I could be there again. So I'm going to initially, my first goal is going to be to get down to 15.5 stone, because if I can be looking like I did then, I will be really happy. So we've got, like I said, lots of things coming up this year, not just my 50th. Straight after that, like a week after that, we're going to the Philippines. We've got a wedding. And that's another reason, when I'm in the heat and it's really hot over there, I know how uncomfortable I get anyway, and I go looking like a bit of a beetroot because, my face looks like a tomato. And I know that when I'm putting this much pressure on my body, it's not good for my joints, but also my face looks like I've been sat in a sauna for 3 days because I am that uncomfortable looking. Like I've just done a workout for hours and I just walked outside for 10 minutes and I don't want that anymore. My brother's wedding is in July, so I haven't got a lot of time to lose any weight for his, but I'm going to be chipping away slowly. And if I can lose a couple of pounds before the wedding, I'll be more than happy with that. So, I keep saying that sounds, I'm in my own head, what I'm saying here, it's making it sound like it's, I can't think of the word for it. Oh my God. What's the word? Cosmetic thing. Oh my God, see, I get there in the end. It's a cosmetic thing. Is that the word? Anyway, but I'm not doing it for sort of the outside reasons. I'm doing it for the inside reasons, for my health, for my joints, because there's lots of ailments going on, and I'm convinced that all these things that are happening, I mean, obviously when you're having accidents and falling over things, then that's obviously not down to it, but I feel like the recovery could be better if I was in a better position physically, better. Yeah, that's all I can say about that, I think. So, and I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking, at what point did I notice that I was putting the weight on? Because it seems like all of a sudden I'm struggling to put my socks on. I'm struggling to put my shoes on. There's this big roll of fat in the middle, and it's obviously a gradual thing, but it's something that I hadn't noticed when it's happening gradually. It's only happened, I've only noticed it now, which I know doesn't make any sense at all, because it's not been a short-term thing. It's been over the last few years. It's been over the last 3 years. But is it 3? No, it's 4 years. It was 2021, I think. Yeah, 2021 that I was smaller and happier with the size, but not realising just how happy I should have been, if that makes sense. So, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep chipping away and stop talking about deep things now, because I'm sure you're here to see my weigh-in update, to see how I did do it. It's obviously not the first full week of Slimming World, because that will be next week. I am doing it at home. And for those of you, I'm still working through the comments, for those of you that have recommended so many lovely things and great ideas, I think for me, somebody said that I can join online and then switch it over to the my friends group when she starts it. But the only reason I don't want to do that is because people are setting up these Slimming World groups because they are doing it as a little side hustle. We all live a little side hustle. And if I'm joining online and paying them the money, it's going to switch over to her. Is she going to get that money? Let me know in the comments if you know that she does. But I don't want to effectively just join her group and her not get any benefit from it. So it's only a couple of weeks. I'm gonna plod on like I have been, and I've been doing a bit of Googling for the syns and things, and we'll just see how well that goes. And if I find that it is getting a bit silly where I'm not knowing the syns of things, I've got my book as well, which I found the other day, which I was really happy about. And hopefully a lot of it is still up to date, the information, majority of the information, I hope anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I've decided that I am not going to join online. I'm just going to wait until I can join the group, which works out quite well because I've got my brother's wedding, I've got my sister's 30th, we've got a little mini holiday booked to see Jeff's sister, and all this is happening in the middle of July, and then I come back from that little mini holiday, and then that's when the group opens. So it's kind of like, was that meant to be? I don't know. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be doing it or not trying until I go, because I absolutely will be. But after a couple of days of being back doing things the Slimming World way, I did see a loss on the scales, and it was only £0.5 pound. I'll pop it here, but as you know, it doesn't matter how much, I mean, not which way it goes, because it obviously matters which way it goes, because if it's going that way, then it's not happening, is it? But it went the right way, and £0.5 pound is, I'm more than happy with that. 0.6, no, 0.06, I can't remember, but it'll be here for you to see, and it's a loss. And this is what I always tell myself, a loss is a loss. So I'm going to carry on doing what I have been doing, and hopefully by next week we'll see things reflected a little bit better in the way that I've been trying to eat and the way that I've been trying to do things. So I'm just going to carry on like I have been. I hope everybody is doing okay. Thank you so much for all the support, because those comments that you're making, I absolutely love reading, and I know that it takes me a little while to get back around to replying to them, but I will reply to every single comment. In the end, it just takes me a little bit longer because I get sidetracked very easily, and I'll be doing it and then somebody will call me, or I'll get a phone call and I'll have to go somewhere or do something. But I absolutely love reading them, and I love you all sharing, because I noticed the other day that the two Julies, I know there's more than two Julies, but we had Julie Buddha, and I haven't watched her for ages. I really need to get back into, and this is what I need to do, get back into watching everybody in the slimming community, because regardless of whether we're doing Slimming World or calorie counting or Weight Watchers or whatever other plans there are out there that people are doing, we're all chasing the same end goal, and that is to be healthier, to be happier, and to lose a bit of weight. So I do love watching them, because these are people that I've been watching for years now, and I don't know about you, but I feel like even though I've never met a lot of these people, I feel like they're my friends, because they're on the telly and you know what's going on in their lives and stuff. And yeah, it's just the way that it is, isn't it? So I need to get back into the swing. But that's what I was saying. See, sidetracked again. Julie had made a comment, and then Julie Hilton, is it Hilton? I'm sure it's Hilton, had come and replied to that, or vice versa. But they were having a little chat in the comments, and I think it's lovely that there's that kind of a community, that everybody feels like they can have a little bit of a chit chat, and it's lovely to see, and it's lovely to be a part of. So thank you so much for that as well. And I'm going to leave it there. Have an amazing week, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.